This is Dr. Mia Luth. Today is Stargate. Uh, 10/27/2022. It's 7:37 a.m. Eastern, and um, around 9 a.m. today, I'll be starting to clear out whatever remains of my former Etsy shop. So I have quite a few things. The first one is a candle lot, which I did show here, but I will be putting a link out on Twitter. But around 9 a.m. You can check if you don't get a link. And then I have a second lot going at some point today, and possibly a third. Um, Depends on how far I get today. Um, so for paranormalists and anomalous researchers, I can what I'm there's this live feed has multiple purposes. It's the easiest, fastest, best way for me to be able to describe and uh, possibly get evidence of whatever otherworldly. I'm guessing, but it could be an angel. I don't know. Okay, it could be multiple things, and so fresh eyes on. Okay, but I doubt I'm going to live long enough to actually write a paper or finish out research. So at least it's out in the world. But some things I'm not going to talk about right away, um, because I have another situation in which I said, like the whistle blow. DHS, no fear. And trying to harass me and bully me is not going to work. And threatening my life is not going to work. And killing me is not going to help you anybody. I mean, but if you feel that way, whatever. I can't stop you. But the U.S. does not protect citizens' property from improper bullying of people to give you stuff for free because you complain a lot, or for some reason you don't like me. But unless you get to know me, you don't really have that right. It doesn't belong to you. So yeah, I mean, Canada's still an option. Costa Rica, I love Costa Rica. They don't even have an army. Um, so I have to figure some things out. But the ministry's closing. I'm not going to take shit from a bunch of people who either don't know how to use the internet or who think that it's okay from wherever you are to bully, harass, and tell lies and slander about people. And depending on what country you're in, will depend on what happens. But all anybody's been doing is just providing me evidence that is available to almost anyone of extortion, bullying, slander, and any number of other things. And at this point, it's just, I'm sure I can get some pro bono lawyering because, I'm sure there's some lawyers want to be superstars. But for the anomalous researchers, um, I mean, it's pretty clear to some of us there's just been some things in the sky that aren't, I'm one of those people who've been studying and for years. So I don't automatically assume anything ever. But a lot of people, there's some things that seem a little bit strange, and a lot of people have seen some stuff. However, okay, you should never ever start with, oh, it's spirits or paranormal or whatever. You should start with, okay, well, do your due diligence in making sure that, one, you aren't providing false doctor, you know, hoaxy kind of information. That is part of the problem. Anomalous researchers and other kinds of, spend a lot of time picking through miscellaneous garbage. And so research and other situations combining becomes too much of an issue. And because I'm one who will protect myself and my heart and my spirit and every other kind of thing from whatever, okay, you know, Elton, Maryland is now sinking right into debt. And fuck them. Then locals don't want to help me. Nobody wants to help me. I don't have to do it. I volunteered. Bye bye. Okay. People who don't pay me anything should just be quiet. Um, People who have serious illnesses who want to get online and try and socialize and talk to people should not have to worry about being attacked by people who don't know what the hell they're doing or talking, or by people who got this much information when actually, right, the information is much greater than what you know. Okay, I'm not doing it. So best I can do, track symptoms and facial and other kind of things, Parkinsonism, and try and get as much information out, at least verbally, online. If you're looking up anything having to do with me, either Creasesinger or, you'll find that people just like to attack me for some reason, and I'm done with it. I'm gonna protect my heart. I'm gonna protect me. I'm gonna not really care too much about much else. Um, but I also will be mentioning some tips, and if there's any kind of anything that happens while I'm still recording, I'll try and get it on video. Um, but I'm not a medium. I can't be used in any capacity anymore at all. I simply can't be used or used up or wasted or any other kind of, or emptied out or maneuvered in a way that does not reflect the divine plan. So please don't waste your time and energy trying to do that. So again, I'll have a lot out today, clearing pretty much everything out. I mean, I had to rebuild my life twice, so I'm not doing anything. Um, I'm just not, especially people from far away got all kinds of, and I'm grateful that people apparently care, but sometimes that's not what's actually happening. So anybody tries to ask me for money, it's like, well, yeah, I don't know how to do that. Make money appear from out of nowhere. I don't I don't have the ability to do that. So sure, I'm disappointing to someone who doesn't know me. I think I care. Right. I don't. I've spent too much time trying to get a hold of my health situation and mourn the loss of my entire family. And, there are a lot of air quote religious people, especially Christians. And I don't have an issue. It's just simply that some of you open the mouth, okay? And that's okay, except that in the United States, you can't force anybody to have a Christmas tree, especially if they have no one to celebrate any holidays with, or if they can't afford one. I mean, it's got to stop. So the church people need to hear me right out loud. I wasn't interested in the paranormal, but I'm not stupid. New dating for all tastes. Okay, yeah. Uh, um, I don't have much to say to people who are, you know, further away from me. There, I can't just jump because someone said jump. Um, and it's just the reality is there's no other option other than you come to me. I will talk to people online on a private, secure Zoom or other kind of chat for a brief period of time. But I went out of my way to further my education while very sick, by the way. It's not bragging. It's like some of you people got such easy situations and you feel like shitting on people who don't. And that's just not an appropriate way to be a human being. Um, so don't do that and get help trying to get a hold of that, please. Um, but, you know, I can't just instantaneously become healthy overnight and make people feel better about themselves. Sometimes. But I do have one. I am qualified, and it is legal for me in the state of Maryland only to um, operate as a spiritual healer. I am not really sure I'm going to go out of my way to become legally capable of taking people's insurance, which would mean I need, either general practitioner or, you know, um, what is it, personal life coach or whatever. It's extra time and money, and I don't really think any of it's worth it at all whatsoever. I don't want to be lonely. I didn't kill my family. I didn't kill my children. I didn't steal someone else's inheritance like someone did to me. So piss off if you're frustrated with me, because you're not here with me in my neighborhood. You're not here with me when I can't barely get out of bed. And that's not a guilt trip. It's just, if you are bothered by the fact that you think you can't do anything, well, you can pray, but then just walk away then. I can't handle anyone else's guilt and regret. And I have to do things in person, either on the phone or online. Okay. One private hour-long session, and the cost will be, based on what anyone can actually afford. And that would have gone to the ministry in whole, but not anymore. So it'll just go to recover my cost of paying the fees and starting the ministry. There might be a few jumping in, but it's a little too late. Because I said so. I mean, on a daily basis, I wish I could hug somebody. And I wish somebody would tell me, oh, it's okay. But people don't do that. And I'm not going to live like that. So a lot of online activity will just be dropped in. When it comes to me, I don't care. But I do have one session available for online, and that's pretty much, you can talk to me about whatever you want. But it's mostly to get some things off your chest. Now, I concentrate on males because some of them have high pressure situations, and sometimes they may not have time to get to it. Someone who they can at least talk to. I don't need to prove myself to anybody for any reason. Um, but attacking me in any way will not reflect badly upon me. I will just put it to you that way. So, right, I had a good old 2-day cry. This closed now. When you try to express genuine vulnerability to people so that they understand you're a human being, and then they pull some stupid shit on you. I don't have to tolerate that. No adult in the US or other countries should really have to tolerate that. But I went out of my way to become at least qualified in the state of Maryland for people just a little leery about, like, a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Well, screw you then. One less individual who produces results. Gone. I don't walk away, you understand? But I'm not gonna take a bunch of shit. So my contact information is always available. And I'm not a prostitute. Thank you very much. I do not have sex for money or exchange sex for services because in the state of Maryland, that is seen as prostitution. I can't spend a lot of time talking to people who are in different countries for very long because inevitably someone who is not in the know, who didn't read certain things, who, just jumps online and tells everybody, wake up, I'm tired of it. Well, go back to sleep then, ass. I'm not putting up with teenagers, although I remember what it was like to be a teenager. So just remember, some adults just need to remind them, like, you're only going to be in high school for this long. And then once you're out, you're out. That's it. Like, you don't have to, nope, you just keep on going. But adults who make slanderous statements and bullies who keep giving me unreasonable reviews based on my actual description of items. Right. But these people don't understand that there's other things going on. So collectively, that could look like extortion. So now all those people who made, unreasonable remarks to me, who did not consider certain things or even try and contact me ahead of time, which is what I asked very specifically because there could be misunderstandings, but I wasn't selling kids' jewelry. And if you read the description, there's no way you could possibly be disappointed. I'm not going to get rich from Etsy. And all I was trying to do, market research, like, right? I noticed that there were a lot of people who had jewelry lots that just sat there. So I started buying them, okay, as needed, if I needed bracelets on, so that it could get sold, so that they could get it out of their inventory, so that they can make some money. Oh, I'm the bad guy. No, I'm not. I don't have any financial cover other than the very low amount that an individual gets for Social Security supplementary. Okay. Any money I had saved up went to family fees, boards, whatever that were necessary, and medical expenses. So the angry people online need help offline. I mean, it's just true. So everybody needs to bear that in mind. But collectively, these reviews could be looked at as badgering and bullying, and they're now all recorded. So obviously, I am still looking for a sanctuary country. I don't know, somebody contacted me at some point. Maybe thought it was one thing. I mean, I don't always just, you know, think that somebody's trying to pull some shit online either. I'm not paranoid, but I don't know what happened there. Like, could have been just buttering me up for money, and that's the part. Is not. I would not, while running a ministry and having an Etsy business and considering my personal health and welfare, be able to even, right, pull that kind of money out of nowhere fast enough. So, anyone from other countries or anyone from this country or anybody who wants to mess with my heart, you will fail miserably. Mine doesn't belong to an ass bag, and it's not going there. And curses are ineffective against me, but don't attack me and don't take it out on me unless you are telling me straight out ahead of time that you are venting. Okay? It's why I don't like having conversations sometimes via text or other. All kinds of clues and information are not available unless you, right, and language barriers and other kinds of things. But if that was done to be a hurtful ass, well, congratulations. It doesn't make anybody look good, though, does it? So, I, you know, too many times people have been like all excited at first, and it's you make plans, and then so I can adjust and try and right, but then it's like, look, you're yanking my chain. Wonderful. Get help somewhere in, yeah, somewhere very separate from me. Okay, I'm only interested. I mean, I'm a heterosexual, so everybody knows. Um, and I really don't currently, you know, just because somebody online demands money doesn't mean that I can make a miracle happen right that very day. Plus, I have, right, paperwork. Okay, there is no way I can justify that even if I had the money coming out of a ministry account, which got lower because Buddy, the cat, needed to be rescued and be found a home. I'm not gonna deal with anything that isn't mine to deal with. There's evidence now, plenty of it. People attacking me with bad information. Teenagers who think that they can just assault well schooled, well connected human adults with their crap. Different countries have different rules about that too. Okay. The way to feel better about yourself is not to bully and harass and make someone else feel crappy. See, wrong way. Find somebody you can talk to who's going to be honest with you in a very gentle way. So, all those good things that I was going to do and had planned specifically for Elton, Maryland, not going to happen. You can all deal with your grief and loss poorly. You can all deal with your post traumatic stress poorly. But it's on the record and it will be shown via the internet and people who actually know me and other things that every opportunity has been given. If you continue to bully and harass me or attempt to contact me in what's the word, a telepathic way, an attempt to maneuver me, and it is maneuvered against the divine plan. Well, don't get mad at me. I'm not going through hell for anybody. No. I've already done it several times. I'm not doing it again. You walk them through it. And if you get lost and trapped and you can't find your way out, hey, this is your problem. Get it? So, certain symptoms on my left, definitely an issue. It gets worse if I try and do too much in a day, but I can still kind of use my fingers and hands a little bit, which is just the left is, but I mean, I can still type it just slower. So, I mean, that's about the point where I'm at. I have multiple doctor's appointments that I just can't even handle setting up or getting rides for. Okay, seriously ill people should not be expected to carry anybody's freaking load.